What if 10 minutes of setup could save you 10 hours of work next month? That's the power of automation. And in this episode, we're showing you real life examples of how we've helped clients shift from scattered to streamlined.
Why do you think so many business owners stay stuck doing everything manually?
I think a lot of business owners stay stuck manually because they feel like they have to be the ones to do the thing. Because if they're not the ones to do the thing, then it's not going to get done properly. And some business owners just genuinely just don't trust automations. They often feel like, if they automate a process, they won't know if that process executes all the way to the end. So, they get stuck in that hole of wanting to do everything themselves.
What fears or limiting beliefs have you noticed around automating parts of a business?
A lot of the limiting beliefs that I have noticed or a couple of fears I've noticed has to do with, is automation right for you? How can automation really take over and handle in the right way things that they would normally do differently? And will it affect customer relations? So will automating a process affect the relationship that they have with their customers?
Why do you think it's hard for entrepreneurs to trust systems to do the work for them?
So that question is a double-edged sword. I think that it's not really a lack of trust in automation that people have. It's a lack of the time to automate that most business owners have. And they're not willing to invest that time into actually doing the thing in order to get that automation going.
What do most people misunderstand about the role of automation in small businesses?
A lot of people misunderstand that automation saves you time and it can do the task better than you, because there's some things that you're going to forget about doing or not doing as well because you're doing all the different things for so many different customers. If you have better systems, better automations, that simple email like, hey, thanks for doing that thing, or sending a receipt confirmation when someone is purchased, those little things stack up.
How did you personally discover the power of automation in your business?
I discovered the power of automation in my business when I learned from a really great mentor that having the right systems can save you heartache, burnout, trauma. It can save you so many different things in your business, because most business owners don't know that they're on the break of a burnout until they actually are in the process of a burnout, right? So it wasn't until I got a really great mentor that spoke to me about the power of systems and showed me how systems really work to streamline businesses and how the best businesses are built on systems.
How do you approach automation with someone who's never used tech tools before?
Oh, okay. So if someone has never automated anything, my first approach is to show them where they use automation every single day and don't realize that they're using some sort of automated system, right? And then probably showing them a really simple automation just, on Google email. So for example, an automation that goes out every single day would be your email signature, right? You create it one time, and every time you send an email, you don't have to rewrite your email signature. It just literally goes out all the time. That's automating one thing that you would do every single day.
How has your own workflow or business changed since implementing automation?
So my business has changed dramatically, because before I would need multiple hours to do the things that I'm able to do every single day. For example, on our podcast, when clients or potential podcast guests hop on, I would have to create the emails manually, thank them manually, do all the things manually. Now, once I get off the call, that's sent to them automatically. And that has saved so many hours.
What's one task you used to hate doing that now happens automatically?
One task that I've automated would be sending follow-up emails. So for example, if someone booked a time to speak, I would have to go in and send them, okay, well, here's the Zoom link to the meeting that we're going to have. And now it automatically goes out to them as soon as the call ends. That's one thing that has saved time. And I mean, I would recommend anybody automate.
What are the most noticeable results your clients get after automating?
So the most noticeable thing I'll say people get when they automate things is their time back. And that is priceless. So for clients to stay confident once the automations are in place, I feel like most people get nervous that the automations aren't going out. So the one way for them to stay confident, to know that things are going out, is to have email go to them to say that this thing has been sent. So they can check to make sure that the thing that they need is going out on time.
What's the biggest mindset shift you see once someone embraces automation?
So one of the biggest mindset shifts is that they feel like, okay, I didn't realize that things would be this much easier automating everything. So the whole process of automation is a little time consuming for most people, because they think that taking that extra 2 or 3 hours out of their day to provide the information is stopping them from doing what they need to be doing. But once those systems are created and things are automated and it's actually saving them way more time, they realize that it's well worth the process of automating the systems.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to a business owner who feels overwhelmed right now?
One business advice or one piece of advice that I can give for a client that feels overwhelmed, or anyone that feels overwhelmed in your business right now, is sit down and see what you're doing every single day that you can get automated in your business. Something that would take some of that time off your shoulders, that stress off your shoulders. So see what you're doing, what can be automated, who can automate it for you if you can't do the automations yourself. Find someone, have them automate it so you can get your time back.
What's the smallest step someone could take today to start simplifying their systems?
The smallest step that you can do today to simplify your system is just to figure out what's taking you the most amount of time, and then implementing really small systems. So maybe that's a follow-up email after someone has sent you an email saying, hey, I received that thing. See how you can send out an email that says, oh, thank you, or message received, or something of that nature. And then start small with those automations and see if you can start implementing 1 or 2 automations into your business a week.
How do you define working smarter today compared to when you started?
Defining smart for me is not using automation in the past, and smart is using automation right now. So automating a lot of the systems was the smartest decision and the smartest decision I've ever done in my business.
What do you hope business owners realize after watching this conversation?
I hope that after listening to this, you realize that you don't have to bite off a lot. If you're a small business, you don't have to bite off a lot at one time in terms of like automating everything one time. You can take your time and automate slowly. And again, automation could just be an email response, something that just responds to those emails that you get every single day, but doing that automatically. If you are a larger company and you have the time, or you have someone that can do it, just take an audit of what you're doing every single day. That would be the most impactful for you to save everyone in your business time. Clarity is great, but implementation changes everything. Next up, we'll talk about putting these strategies into action with automation tools that actually work. Follow now and don't miss your chance to level up.